Well, graduation season will be here before you know it, and if you're planning on hosting a party, we've got news you can use. Did you know you could be liable for anything that happens while guests are over? Well, here to answer your questions is attorney Lou George from Hassett & George in Simsbury. Thank you for joining us, first of all. And
pleasure to see you.
Talk to us about what is social host liability for those that don't know.
Well, whether you're having a graduation party, a post-prom party, or just a gathering of friends, a block party where alcohol is involved, things can happen, especially when minors are present, and the exposure rises as minors imbibe in alcohol at these events, and the owners of the property or the hosts of the event can certainly be liable and have exposure both civilly and criminally.
Can you talk to us a little bit, maybe like you have a party for your children and they are of age, but then they bring some friends and maybe they have siblings that are underage. What are the issues there?
We've had those situations where a college-age student comes home. They could be 21 years old. They have a party. They have younger siblings. The younger siblings, in this day of social media, have their friends come over and imbibe in the alcohol, and that's where problems occur. The minors that imbibe in the alcohol have some event. They could leave, injure themselves, injure someone else, or just being present and having the alcohol is exposure for the adult people hosting.
Can you talk to us a little bit more about these consequences as well? I mean, you mentioned civil, but I mean criminal, and it's not a misdemeanor. We're looking at felony. I mean, these are serious charges.
If there's alcohol possessed by a minor on your property, that's a misdemeanor and an infraction, and misdemeanor depending on the severity. However, as the alcohol is imbibed, and if someone's 16 years of age or younger, that's risk of injury to a minor, and that is a felony.
We're not wanting to ruin all the fun, saying you shouldn't have any party at all. You just need to take precautions. So what do people need to know in order to protect themselves?
Well, first, willful ignorance doesn't work. So if a parent turns a blind eye and goes upstairs and doesn't want to know what's going on down in the basement or out in the backyard, that's a problem. And they have to take the reasonable precautions to make sure that alcohol and minors are not in combination at a party. Also, you want to lock up liquor cabinets. If you're going away and you have teenagers, you have to take some precautions. So it's being a little affirmative in making sure that your home or your place of residence is not the party house that night. In this day of social media, that happens quite a bit.
So even if you're not home and there's just alcohol that's just lying around that you didn't lock up, you could still be liable for that?
Sure.
All right.
Yes.
So a lot of things for people to think about. I mean, it's fine to have a party, but just make sure that everyone's of age and that everyone, if not, is away from the alcohol and just playing it safe. And
being monitored. And yes, they can certainly have the events, but it's really taking the proper precautions in making sure that you're not engaging in something that allows a minor to injure themselves or injure someone else.
Right, absolutely. All right, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.